You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, B&B fans. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I want to talk to you about something that is trending on soap Twitter this week, and that is hashtag LittlePuke. That is what Finn called Liam, and a lot of fans are embracing it. They're running amok with it because many people are completely enraged over Liam's recent behavior and the dialogue that they are writing for Finn to say to him. I feel like you can tell it's replacement writers because these are not words that would have come out of the other writers' mouths, whoever was doing the dialogue before. But it's a whole lot of fun. Finn is laying out some brutal truths in very clear and harsh language. And right now, there is a significant faction of fans that are embracing the awful nickname that Finn gave him, LittlePuke. And his actions on recent episodes are just fueling the fires of a lot of dislike going on against Liam right now. We're going to break down what's happening, the hypocrisy that fans are calling out, and how these replacement Bold and Beautiful writers are turning Liam more unlikable by the day. And honestly, in some ways, Finn too. It's really weird. We're going to dig into all this. But first, if you haven't already, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our B&B updates, news, and more. Digging in. All right, so it's understandable that Liam ran to tell Steffy that he saw Finn and Sheila hugging at the courthouse. I can even get why he took the video, because who would believe it? If he ran and told Steffy, oh, by the way, I saw Finn hugging Sheila, she might be like, you probably misunderstood. You probably saw a shadow on the wall, something. But confronted with the hard truth, she had to believe it. And it seems insane that Finn would hug the woman who tried to kill him and his wife. So I do understand why Liam got video proof, and I even understand why he ran to show it to Steffy, because it is a safety concern. But past that incident, most of Liam's actions lately seem increasingly designed to do what Hope suspected he would do, making a beeline for Steffy to make a play for her. And since then, Liam has been coloring more and more outside the lines, and some fans are even saying that he is acting obsessed, and they are comparing him to Thomas. Remember Liam's accusations about Thomas targeting a married woman and using co-parenting as a tool to drive a wedge in Hope and Liam's marriage. Now fans see that Liam is doing the exact same thing. He is not trying to protect Steffy and Kelly. That's an excuse. He is using co-parenting as an excuse to get closer and closer to Steffy while he is trying to get involved with a married woman. Those are facts, and facts are facts. Liam is targeting someone who is married, someone who says she loves her husband, and he is leveraging this Kelly relationship to push himself increasingly into her face, into her life, getting physically closer to her. He's kissed her twice, and then he told her he'd respect her marriage, and now he's decided, oh, I can't respect Finn, so I don't have to respect her marriage. And it's chalk and cheese. He can be worried about Sheila and still respect her marriage, or at least respect the fact that she is married, and he's not. So it was one thing for Liam to show Steffy the video and warn her about Sheila, but it's quite another thing to leave that heated conversation that he and Finn had on Wednesday and run to Steffy to make sure he got to her before Finn did so he could make a play for her. And it was a blatant play for her. He said he loved her and never should have let her go, and it was a huge mistake he regrets. Well, a lot of fans are also calling out that language because when he left her and got with Hope, they made baby Beth. So people are saying, is he saying that baby Beth was a mistake too? People are very offended by how Liam is going about this and the things he is saying and what he's doing. So what's pretty interesting is how Finn voiced what a lot of fans think about Liam, that he's toxic, that he's only after Steffy now because his marriage to Hope fell apart. He said Liam was using Sheila as an excuse, and then he called him out and on Liam saying we and our family, talking about he and Steffy like they're still together, like they are still involved. And Sheila might be a danger in a criminal sense, but Liam is a danger in an emotional sense, and he is getting more toxic and desperate by the day. Right now, Finn has threatened Liam and told him, back off, stay away from my wife. But Liam is just sidestepping. He sidestepped in that conversation with Finn about trying to get her back and said, no, that's not happening, but I have to protect her. And we had this great and extraordinary love. Then he beats feet over to Steffy to try and continue to sabotage her marriage, just as Hope predicted. And recently, Finn is not going to go down without a fight. Remember, she said that to her mom, Brooke. And on Thursday, Finn also goes over to see Steffy at Eric's because she's avoiding his texts and calls, which, side note, that seems pretty awful because she took his son with her and he has a right to check in on his kid. All right. And Finn is going to talk to Steffy. He's going to take responsibility for his actions, take responsibility for what she saw in that video. He's going to tell her how much he loves her and that she is his priority, that Kelly and Hayes are his priority, and he just regrets everything that's happened and he loves her and wants to be with her. Hopefully, this will convince Steffy to slow her roll on ending his marriage. Even if she doesn't move back home right away, maybe she'll tell Liam, look, you can't be coming around here unless you're here to pick up Kelly, et cetera, et cetera. But then that leads us to this big spoiler for next week, the week of August 14th. And it says that Liam admits to something unexpectedly. I personally suspect that this spoiler is about him confessing to those 2 secret Steffy kisses. That's what I think it could refer to. If Finn keeps fighting for his marriage, as we totally expect him to do, as Hope expects him to do, Liam may not win. He may not be able to win against him because Finn, aside from this one little Sheila incident, he has a very good track record and Liam does not. But if he can get Finn to blow up and walk away from Steffy, then Liam would win by default. And I think Liam, as a waffler, would be happy to win by default. And that would be good enough for him, but only if Steffy doesn't explode at him for telling Finn about the kisses. So I do think that Liam might confess, reveal those to Finn to try and enrage him. Of course, the spoiler might refer to something else entirely, but just kind of based on what we're seeing this week, I feel like Liam could use that as a nuclear option to explode Steffy's marriage. Unlike the Finn and Sheila hug, there's no photo or video proof. There's a couple of sites out there that are making up some wild speculative fan fiction stuff and calling it a spoiler, saying that there are secret photos and videos of their kisses. There's not. There's not a picture. It's just not. This is just made up stuff. Be careful what you believe is a spoiler because a lot of people won't tell you the truth. So what this means is that Liam can describe these kisses to Finn any way that he wants to. He can say that Steffy kissed him or kissed him back, that it was a moment of passion between them. Liam could let Finn assume the worst. You know, he could say a little bit and then let Finn assume the worst. Or he can craft it like, I told Steffy that I wanted to be with her and then we kissed. He can use that we word again like he's been doing a lot lately, when really we all know that it was Liam doing the kissing and Steffy was shocked and kind of telling him to back off. All right, before we dig into these last couple of points, if you haven't already, we would love it if you'd click subscribe so you don't miss any of our bold updates. And if you're enjoying this, click us a like. I know this is something that people that love Liam and think he can do no wrong are not going to like. They're not going to like the fact that LittlePuke was trending. They're not going to like the things that Finn was saying to him. I've read a couple of people kicking back against this, but the bulk of comments that I'm seeing on social media are very much much into the LittlePuke insult and are not happy with Liam right now. So the writers are just continuing to write Liam as desperate to wreck Steffy's marriage. Fans are disliking Liam more and more by the day. If you didn't notice that hashtag LittlePuke was trending on Twitter, you might not know that. We're going to show you a few photos of some of these tweets and stuff. You can click pause so you can read them. But, I'm not sure what the replacement writers are hoping to accomplish. But if it is to make Liam unlikable and irredeemable and desperate and whiny, they have hit the mark, because we're seeing all of those things over these past few episodes. But what do you think? Are you enjoying Liam right now? Do you think his behavior is acceptable, or do you think that Finn had it right and that he's toxic? What do you think? Leave us your comments. We love your comments. We read them all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.